Edwin SIFUNA is continuing to be one of the super senators, and his influence is going to be felt in the entire nation. The only problem with Edwin SIFUNA is a one-term senator. And in this election, he ought to have played a bigger role, but he lacks, I think he lacks few attributes which are going to make him a great leader. In the parliament, Edwin SIFUNA went on to warn WETAGULA to desist from making unconstitutional orders. SIFUNA said this to WETAGULA.
Yesterday, Honorable Speaker, the entire country was in shock that a Speaker of a House, and I'm not going to name him because I'll be told to bring a substantive motion, kicked somebody out of Parliament for something they said on TV. On TV, Honorable Speaker. Forgetting the precincts of Parliament. In my understanding, the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act exists to regulate.
Senator SIFUNA, you know we cannot discuss the speaker.
That's the clarification I'm coming to.
Of course, even if you don't want to mention his name,
no.
It is a speaker of the National Assembly.
I want to tie something
that ruling is in the public domain.
I want to tie something up with the conduct we have seen. Just give me...
What clarification do you want?
This is the clarification that I'm seeking, because I will be in KAKAMEGA. I will be in KAKAMEGA in a public rally this Saturday. Nobody needs to die in that rally. And it is quite unfortunate because I was the person in Kitengela when we lost a 28-year-old Vincent Ayom. Honorable Speaker, really, are we a house of respect when a member blatantly violates the rules and then gets away in the manner in which it says because the standing orders say so? There are no standing orders that say I can't speak in funerals or birthday parties. You can't punish me. You don't have jurisdiction over me when I'm in the funeral. How is it possible that that can happen in that house, and what we have seen, the spectacle we have seen here, can happen in the Senate? Honorable Speaker, with all due respect, I think it is an insult for members, especially for those of us who witnessed the violence in Kitengela.
That is Edwin SIFUNA. Remember, WETAGULA as the Speaker of Parliament chased away Athon Kibagendi from the Parliament, saying that he had talked about Parliament. Something outside Parliament. Even me, by the way, I made a video saying that that was a harsh treatment. It was a harsh treatment. WETAGULA made a mistake. We have rights to make our views heard. And you make such a decision by not even allowing Athon Kibagendi to come out and, by the way, give his view. Because even in a small court of law, claim court in the village, okay, you have to come forward, explain yourself, and it wasn't done in the parliament. So SIFUNA warning WETAGULA means two things which I want to cover in this video. So the purpose of this video, I want to talk about the comments which were made by SIFUNA against the Speaker of Parliament, Moses WETAGULA, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, Edwin SIFUNA is a senator of Nairobi. If you ask me, he's one of the best senators who knows how to do his job. In fact, Raila Odinga has gotten an asset in Edwin SIFUNA. There are not very many senators like Edwin SIFUNA. It is the truth. I may not like him as a person, but I like his attributes. For him to come out and warn WETAGULA, it is a good gesture, because as very many members of Parliament were keeping quiet after WETAGULA making such a mistake. Because I expected, if indeed Athon Kibagendi offended Parliament, a motion would have been brought on the floor. They called Athon Kibagendi to explain himself, and a ruling was going to be made by WETAGULA. But for Moses WETAGULA to come out and make a ruling, it was out of anger and outside the constitution. In fact, if I was Athon Kibagendi, I would go to court, because court would come out and quench this thing. It is the truth. So for SIFUNA to come out and warn Moses WETAGULA is a good gesture. In fact, even yesterday's parliamentary proceedings, SIFUNA came out to say that's going to be in KAKAMEGA. Remember, the last time the brigade of Edwin SIFUNA and Baba Wina were in Kitengela, they were tear gassed, one person was shot dead. And by mistake, he was a Luo. I don't know what happens when the demonstrations start and the person loses their life. 90% of the time is from the Luo land. In fact, Edwin SIFUNA said this in Parliament.
Kakamega. I will be in Kakamega in a public rally this Saturday. Nobody needs to die in that rally. And it is quite unfortunate because I was the person in Kitengela when we lost a 28-year-old Vincent Ayombo. Honorable Speaker, really, are we a house of respect when a member blatantly violates the rules and then gets away in the manner in which it says because the standing orders say so? There are no standing orders that say I can't speak in funerals or birthday parties. You can't punish me. You don't have jurisdiction over me when I'm in the funeral. How is it possible that that can happen in that house? And what we have seen, the spectacle we have seen here. Why can't we speak in this?
That is Edwin Sifuna. So for me, Sifuna and the entire brigade, they are building a third party that may tilt the scale. It is the truth. My only fear is Sifuna and the entire brigade must decide quickly. Either one, to form a political party of their own, or two, to join the political parties that are in one term. Because if they remain independent, they may be sandwiched between the two parties. Remember, independent candidates in the Kenyan politics are not so much. They don't even make 1%. Like in the Senate, I think there is one independent member. It shows that it's very hard to win on the independent ticket in the Kenyan Senate. So they must decide either to make a political party or to join existing one term. But it shows that Edwin Sifuna, each and every day that passes, is buttressing his name on the politics, on the body politic of Kenya. And if he does it very well, he can bring a ripple effect. Of course, as Papi Armenians, truly, Mr. Makindi. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more offset videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.